Welcome to Noir Alley, where your host, that's me, Eddie Muller, likes to mix things up, showing both established classics of the film noir movement and lesser-known films originally made to fill out double bills. Back when a night at the pictures, like here at the Grand Lake Theater in Oakland, California, always meant two movies for the price of one. Today's film comes from the House of Noir, RKO Radio Pictures, where the B Unit, under the direction of Sid Rogel, was particularly adept at making engrossing and evocative Bs on minuscule budgets. A prime example is coming right up, Hunt the Man Down from 1950. The story concerns a man convicted of murder who, through a twist of fate, escapes from custody and flees into a nomadic life as a fugitive, only to have another twist of fate land him back in custody, where a diligent public defender, played by Gig Young, tries to prove he's innocent of the original crime. The story by DeValin Scott has enough characters and plot lines that today it would be expanded into a multi-part streaming series, with each hour-long episode devoted to the life of one of the shady witnesses tracked down by a crusading defender and his avuncular dad, a former cop. This script, however, runs a brisk 69 minutes and still manages to develop backstories for 7 separate characters. It's a precursor to such episodic TV dramas as Perry Mason, Judd for the Defense, and Law and Order. So much happens so fast, the film practically bursts its seams as it rambles along at breakneck pace through dozens of interesting locales, most of them located on RKO's 40 acres in Culver City. The film was originally to be directed by Richard Fleischer, whose early career included a series of films made for RKO's B Unit, including the terrific noirs Bodyguard, The Clay Pigeon, and Follow Me Quietly, all made in a 12-month burst between 1948 and 49. When Fleischer was lured to Eagle Lion in 1949 to direct the film Trapped, Hunt the Man Down was turned over to a much more seasoned, if not as talented, director, French-born Georges Archambault, who'd been making movies since 1917 and had spent most of the 40s cranking out Hopalong Cassidy westerns starring popular cowboy actor William Boyd. Here, he seems energized by the chance to trade Stetsons for fedoras and buckboards for Buicks. Of course, any director would be energized to work with director of photography Nicholas Musuraca, the studio's noir virtuoso. He'd been shooting film since the silent era, transitioning to being a cameraman after serving as personal chauffeur to J. Stuart Blackton, the founder of Vitagraph Studios. Musuraca hit his creative stride working for Val Lewton in RKO's horror film unit, where the producer relied on his ability to use shadows, not special effects, to evoke a sense of mystery and dread. This film is not in the same league with Musuraca's 1947 masterpiece, Out of the Past, but it's a great example of how a DP can elevate a hurried, low-budget production with striking and evocative visuals. No cameraman got more mileage out of Venetian blind shadows than Nick Musuraca, who clearly had a deep-seated aversion to bare walls. And here's a bit of trivia for you. It's said that Venetian blinds were invented in Persia, not Venice, but I swear that if they hadn't been created in the 17th century, Nick Musuraca would have invented them as his major contribution to the film noir movement. Also starring Mary Anderson, Gerald Moore, and future blonde bombshell Cleo Moore in a small but pivotal role, here is the rare noir film focusing on the thankless job of public defenders, as Gig Young diligently tries to hunt the man down.